everyone, welcome to Rai. This is back 365. So myself Sujit. So today we are going to learn what is typecasting. Okay, so till now if you have any doubt till this session, you can directly contact to Rai. Okay guys, so in this session we are going to know what is typecasting. Typecasting is guys nothing but this is a process of converting one type of data to another type of data. Okay, this is the process of converting one type of data to another type of data. Okay, data type, sorry. Means if you are taking a integer, now I want to convert it into float. Okay, whatever the data type that are available in our Python, each and everything we are going to convert, and we are also seeing when we are converting, it will be possible or not. If it will be not possible, then what is the other way you can possible that each and everything we are going to see now. So first we are going to start from this integer because first we need to complete this single value, then only we can jump to our collection data type. Okay guys, so the first one will be integer. So in case of our integer, how it going to work, each and everything we are going to see. So whenever we have to use to convert any data type into our integer, then in that case we are going to use this int function, or we can say that int method. Okay, so the default value of integer is 0. We can say that default value is 0. Means whenever you are going to pass nothing in our int function, it will be give you 0 as my output. Now we are going to see each and everything. Okay, so first I need to print, means I want to convert a integer into integer. So what is my output? Now we are going to see. So guys, just see, it will be give me the integer of 1 to 3. Now again I just want to take the integer because we are going to convert it into integer. So I'll take 123.00. Now if I'm going to run this one, so what is my output? In this case it will be give me the 123 because it will be extracting this 0.00. Okay guys, then the next one will be boolean. Means in my boolean case, how it going to work, we are going to see now. So by the help of our int method, then we are going to pass our any boolean value. Now I will give you the boolean value as true, and after that I'll give you my boolean value as false also. Means in both hand side we are going to see the output. I just see, okay, it's throwing an error. Just a second guys. Now guys, just see what is my output. But guys, if you see in my true case, it will be give me the 1 because we are telling that whenever you are going to doing some expression while you are using your boolean value, the boolean value true will be treated as my 1 and my false will be treated as my 0. That's why it will be give me the boolean value as 0 and 1. Then the next data type will be my complex. So if I'm taking a complex data type, now how it going to work, we are going to see. So guys, whenever we are going to give any complex value, it will be not possible to convert into our integer. So it is a drawbacks of our integer. Okay. Then the next data type will be string because all the single value are completing. So now if I'm taking string of 1, 2, 3, now if I'm going to converting, so it will give me the output as integer of 1, 2, 3. If I'm going to check also the type of, then you can see that particular thing also. Every time it will gives you the integer only. Okay, guys, just see. Sorry, it will be converting it to string, but okay, I will mistakenly forget that particular thing. So guys, just a second. Here I need to pass my integer, then only I need to pass. I just see now if I'm going to run this one, so it will be give me the class int. Means by the help of this integer, we can convert. But guys, inside this, if I'm giving any character, means in the form of my string, if I'm giving any character value, then at that time, what will be my output, guys? Just see invalid literal for in method with the base of 10 means if you are giving any character inside the string, it will be not converting into our integer. That's why it will be gives an error. Guys, if you see here also, it will be throwing that particular error only. Guys, just see, it will be give me the output as my base 10. So how it will be going to happen, we are going to see now. Invalid literal for with base 10. So in that case, guys, if you remember that in our bitwise, we are clear a concept called your binary. Now, if I'm going to converting into my int of a string, means binary, so first I need to use my int, then in the form of string, I need to pass a base of, because whenever you are going to convert any binary number, that base will be 2. Now if I'm going to run this one, it will be give me the output as 7 because my binary value of 7, it will be triple one only. Okay, if you want to do like that, you can do by the help of our int also. Okay guys, so if now inside that, if you are giving some, means inside this, if you are giving some floating value inside the string, then in that case also it will be throwing an error because inside this you cannot pass also the floating value as my output, guys. Make sure that it will be not possible. Then guys, the next one will be our list. Okay, so the in case of our list, if you are going to check, so I am taking 1, 2, 3. Now, if I am going to run this one, what is the output, guys? Just say it also give me a error because the collection data type only the string will be possible in case of our integer, and remaining all the collection data type it will be not possible. So this is the different type of question that might be asked in your interview also. Then the next data type will be float. So to achieve the float means if you are going to converting anything into float, you need to use your float method. Okay, how to do that we are going to check now. So we need to use this float method. Inside this, if I'm passing a integer, so it will now if I'm going to print this one, it will be give me the output as my 123.0 because we are converting into floating value. Okay, now if I am going to use the float into float, then in that case also it will be give me that particular same value. If you see now, if I'm going to run, because if you're converting into float or a floating value to floating value, every time it will be give you that particular float value only. Now I am going to check in case of our boolean. So in the two boolean value will be true and false. So in both hand side, I just want to check it. So if you see here also, it will be gives me the output as 1.0 and 0.0. Okay, guys. Then the next one will be complex. So at the time of complex, what is my output? We are going to see now. So guys, just see if I'm converting my complex data type into my float, in that case also it will give me an error that complex we cannot convert it into our floating value. Okay, guys. Then the next one will be string. Okay. So now if I'm taking a string, okay, now if I'm going to run this one, what will be my output, guys? Just see that 1, 2, 3 of string. If you see, it will be giving me 123.0. If I'm taking a floating value inside that, what is my output, guys? Just see, it will be possible. But in case of our integer, it will be not possible. Guys, if inside that, if I'm passing a character, then again it will be throwing an error that could not converting string to float because inside the string you need to pass only the integer value. If you are not passing the integer value, then in that case it will be throwing an error. Okay, then the all the rest of collection data type will not suffer in case of our float value. Now if we are going to check also, we are going to check it once. Okay, so I'll take 1, 2, 3. Now if I'm going to converting into, so it will throwing an error that it will be not possible to convert a list into our floating. Okay guys, so this is how we can found anything. So the next data type will be boolean. Now we are going to convert our data type into boolean value. Okay, to find any boolean data type, we are using the bool function. Okay, this one. Okay, how to do that? We are going to see now. So I am using bool. First I am starting from the integer. Okay, if I am taking this integer, what is my output, guys? Every time it will give me the output in the form of either true or false. Guys, if you remember in our Python, there are some falsy value are there. Okay, what is this falsy value? 0, then 0.0, then false. Okay, then our 0j, then a empty string, then a empty list, then a empty tuple, then a empty set, then a empty dictionary. Okay, this dic also it is empty, and the last one will be none. Rest of all the things will be treated as my truthy value. Now, if you see here, I am using a truthy value only. Now, if I'm going to run this one, so it will be give me the output as true only. Guys, just see again. I need to convert into my, so I need to copy and I need to convert that particular thing. I just see here if I'm taking 123.22. Now it also a truthy value only. Now if I'm giving the minus also, it will be not creating any issue because to positive and negative, it will be not mandatory. Again, guys, now my requirement will be I want to convert my false to false. Okay, in that case, what is my output? I just want to tell you. So here I am taking false. Now if I'm going to run this one, so it will be give me the false as my output because false is also a false value. Okay, then the next one will be my complex. If I'm taking 0j, if you see here, 0j will be treated as my false value. Now, if I'm going to run this one, so it will give me a false as my output. Okay, guys. So make sure that we can convert any type of data into boolean. Then if I'm giving a empty string, so it will give me a false only because empty string will be treated as my false value. Now, if I'm giving some value inside that particular thing, okay, string inside, so now it will be treated as my truthy value. Guys, just see, it will be give me the true as my output. If you see here, it will be give me empty, so I need to remove that particular thing. Now, if I'm going to convert a list also, it will be activating. Okay, guys, just see, it will be containing all the true value. That's why it will be tell me the answer in the form of true. So you can check in different data type that are available in our Python. Means if you are going to check in the tuple also, means if I'm passing a tuple inside a tuple, it also fine. Guys, just see as of now it will be integer. Now if I'm give two value, then it will be treated as my truthy value. Okay, so it will be give me true as my output. So these are the different example that are available in case of our boolean. Then the next one will be if are going to converting into my complex. So we know that it will be treated like your real value and imaginary value. Okay, now, if you want to convert any data type into the complex data type, if you are passing only one value, so it will be treated as like my real value because my by default value of imaginary value will be 0j. Okay, now we are going to check it once also. To achieve that, we are going to use the complex method. Inside that, if I am passing 1, 2, 3, means it is a integer value. Now if I'm going to converting, so it will be give me the output as 123.0j because this if you are taking only one argument, it will be taking as of my real value only. If I'm not passing any value of, if I'm here, if I'm passing a value, then at that time it will be give me that 123 plus 8j because the image imaginary value will be not mandatory. That's why it will be give like that. Then the next one will be floating value. In case of our floating, how it going to work? Guys, if you see here, if I'm going to converting, it will also give me the same output because it will be taking the only the real value part. Now in that case of our boolean, how it going to work? Because whenever if I'm giving true, so it will be directly converted into my integer value because my boolean value of true will be 1. That's why if I'm going to run this one, so it will give me the output as 1 plus 0 j. So guys, did you understand all of this, how it going to work? Okay, then the next one will be our complex. Means if you are passing a complex into complex, at that time what is my output we are going to see now. If I'm passing 4 plus 8j, okay, now if I'm going to convert this, so it will be give me the same output only because it will be already in the form of our in complex. If are passing also, it will be give you in the same format. Now guys, if I'm passing a real value also, means imaginary and the real value, means if I'm passing two times, so if I'm passing 6 plus 2j, now it will be adding both of these, okay, means it will be adding and give me that answer. Okay, so this is how we can find to convert any data type into complex based upon a single value data type. Now we are going to convert our string into the data type. So guys, just see, if I'm passing a string of 1, 2, 3, then if I'm passing that, it will be give me the 123 plus 0j. Now if I'm passing again a string called 8, so I'm taking 7. Now if I'm passing, then it will be give me 123 plus 7j. But if you see, it will be taking that complex cannot take second argument if first is a string. That's why I'm trying to tell you. If you are giving here a string, it will be not taking any second argument. Okay, make sure that they will be confused in your interview also. Okay, we need to only convert our first argument as string, then rest we cannot do. We never take second argument as string. If you take first argument as string, then it don't not need to give the second argument. We cannot convert, means as of now we are going to see the list, the string and the single value. Then at last we can say that we cannot convert list, table, set, dictionary into complex data type. If you want to check it once also, you are going to check it once. So I am giving a list called 1, 2, 3. So now if I'm going to converting into my complex data type, so in that case, it will be give me a error that complex cannot take the second argument if the, okay, I need to comment this out. Okay, so sorry for my side, guys. Yes, guys, just see. Now it will be telling that complex fast argument must be, okay, why it's giving me that error? Okay, yeah, now it's correct. Complex fast argument must be a string or a number. Okay, not a list, means it will be not taking any collection data type. That's why it will be telling me that error. So guys, means in this session we are only covering the single value. Now we are going to see some extra question, means the tricky question that might be confused in your interview. Okay, guys, just see, if I'm taking float of, okay, float of 5 plus int of string of 2.5. If you see, we know that if you are going to converting this float, it will be possible because it will be give me the output as 5.0. But in case of our string floating value, if you are going to converting into string, it will be gives you error. That's why if I'm going to run this one, so it will be give me a value error because this 2.5, it will be not converting into our integer. That's why it will be give me the error. I just see invalid literal for integer. But in case of our float, it will be give me the answer. Okay. So the next question will be, if I'm taking x equal to 100, Now my requirement will be I want to add a string. Okay, so I'll adding x plus string of 50. Means here it is a number, but I want to add a number of string. Now if I'm going to add this will be give me 150. Means it will be adding that particular thing. Guys, just see, if you see, but it will be telling unsupported operand, because in our Python if you are going to do like that it will be not possible. That's why it will be give you the, means here we are going to try to concatenation, but in our Python it will be not possible. In the other programming language like your JavaScript it will be possible, but in case of our Python it will be not possible. Okay, guys. So this is the different question that might be asked you in your interview also. Okay, guys. So that's all for the session. If you have any doubt, you can directly contact Friday. Thanks for watching.